For our United Way Spotlight of the Week, we have Emily Hack from Kingston Youth Shelter and Kayla Kent from Novelis. Kayla, this is an interesting project that you folks take on every year. Tell me about it.
So a big part of our commitment at Novelis is creating sustainable communities. So each year we work with the United Way to identify a need in our local community that we can take a week, get our team out in the community and make a difference. Last year we worked with the Kingston Youth Shelter at their location downtown on Bagot Street, Rock Street, sorry. Um, and this year, we're really excited to be here at the youth shelter on Yonge Street.
Oh, right. So, what sort of things did you do for them?
So this year, our project includes painting the entire house, renovating the bathroom, shower, vanity, doing some flooring, and work on the stairs, including railings and treading. And oh yes, and some lighting and electrical upgrades too.
And something about resealing the driveway. Did I hear about that?
Yeah. If the weather cooperates, we will reseal the driveway, and they actually got a little basketball court here to
Oh,
help.
what a great idea and what a great service. And it must be a really good team building exercise
Yeah,
as well.
it's so much fun. I mean, first, like it feels great to give back in the community and also learn about all the different services and great work that community partners such as Emily do every day. But um, it's really cool for our team to get out and work towards a goal that is different than we would do during the normal course of our work.
All right, good for you. And Emily, tell me about Kingston Youth Shelter. So you accommodate how many young people?
So between all of our three locations, we accommodate about 30 youth. Our emergency shelter has been temporarily located to Lower Union Street just for during COVID. So that way all of the youth have their own bedrooms and can properly isolate and social distance. So that building accommodates 19 youth. And then the transition home here where we're at today is on Yonge Street, and we have 5 youth here right now. And then we have one other transition home on Elmwood that houses 6 youth. So
Wow.
30 youth between all 3 locations.
And how many can you accommodate altogether with all three?
About 30.
About 30. Wow, that's
Yeah.
and they're what ages?
So between 16 and 24, our one transition home is 16 to 19, so it's just the younger kids. But the emergency shelter and Yonge Street are 16 to 24.
So these 30 people, where do they come from? How do they find themselves needing the services of Kingston Youth Shelter?
So one of the biggest causes of youth homelessness is family conflict. So a lot of times it's youth that have had issues in their homes with parents, siblings, guardians, anything like that. We're very lucky to have Vivian, who is our family mediator, and they're able to work with youth and their parents to get back to the home if that's an option. We also have some youth that are referred from the hospital, youth that are referred by the police, and youth that are just referred by themselves as well, that just learn about our services and come to access them.
So you give them a place to stay, meals, so, meet their basic needs. What are some of the other needs that you find that you provide?
So we also have another worker, Mitchell, who is our prevention diversion worker. The service he offers is he helps all of the youth find more permanent long-term housing. So he works with the youth at the shelter to get into an apartment, a bedroom, whatever that may be. And then he works with them up to 30 days as well after they've been housed, just to make sure their transition is going well and that they're all settled into the new place. We also help them with job hunting, get connected to OW and ODSP, really any other services they need, we help them get connected with.
You know, it's a wonderful service that you offer. And maybe, Kayla, you've got some insight into this too, but it's not a solution. It helps. What needs to happen so that, let's say, Kingston Youth Shelter could close its doors? Kayla, what would your insight be on that? Rather I direct that one to Emily.
Yeah. I think like out of respect to all the
Yeah,
complexity
okay,
of the
Emily.
situation, I'll let Emily handle that one.
So
Yeah,
there
all
are
right.
so many factors that need to be addressed. There are so many different factors that go into homelessness. So may it be family conflict, substance use, health issues, mental health issues. There are so many underlying causes. People don't usually just get up and one day are homeless. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So there are so many amazing services in the community that if for some reason we did close our doors, do provide support to the youth. There's One Roof Youth Hub, and they do drop-in services for our youth. So they love to go there during the day, get the support they need. They also get food there. They get snacks and lunch and everything like that. CIS is a big supporter of a lot of our youth. They are under their care. So there's just so many different places that would care for the youth.
It's a great service. I admit I didn't know anything about it before, so I'm just fascinated by this. It's a great thing that you do also, Kayla. So what other projects do you take on at Novelis that we should know about?
So this year's been a really exciting year. We had a tremendous success with our backpack campaign. We collected about 250 backpacks and about 130 lunch bags, as well as school supplies for the community. We recently completed our coat drive for youth, and we were able to purchase 85 snowsuits by working with Columbia, and those will go out to youth in our community. And our staff did a challenge where they broke into teams and challenged each other to collect hats, mitts, and socks. And the team that collected the highest volume of those items won a lunch on the company. So, and also we just donated about 4,000 masks, such as the one that I'm wearing, to be distributed through the United Way. So lots of great things. They're all things that feel like really good, but again, we really feel gratitude for the work that others do in the community, because we've seen firsthand through these projects, especially at the youth shelter. I mean, last year, it really had an impact on us as a team, as individuals, to see how much care and support the team at the youth shelter gives to the individuals that are staying there.
I think sometimes seeing something like that, we realize how lucky we are that it's good for people to realize that. Emily, what has the effect of COVID been on the services that you offer?
So it's definitely been tough. Our staff have been working endlessly throughout the beginning of the pandemic. Nobody's been working from home. We're also on the front lines in the shelter. Unfortunately, youth still do need our service and need us to be there for them. So we're very lucky that we actually were able to move into the building on Lower Union. If not, we would have only been able to service 6 youth out of our shelter on Broad Street. So we would have drastically had to cut our capacity. And we've been having 17, 18 youth stay every night at the shelter on Lower Union. So it's a lot of kids that would be out on the streets if we hadn't been able to secure this new building. Also, our transition homes, the kids are doing very well. At the very beginning, they were isolating and staying, they're still isolating and staying socially distanced from everybody, but they're starting to get back into school, back to their jobs. So they've been adjusting very well.
It sounds great. And can you, in the minute we've got left, can you tell us the involvement that the United Way has had with Kingston Youth Shelter?
United Way is a huge supporter of ours, and we are so appreciative for them. At the very beginning of COVID, United Way sponsored us and got TVs in the kids' bedrooms at Lower Union Street because they were all isolating. They were so bored, they couldn't leave the house. So they were able to play video games and watch movies and TV, which they absolutely love. United Way also makes events like this possible along with Novelis. They're a huge supporter of ours. They actually, just a couple of weeks ago, they surprised us and got all of the kids hundreds of coffee crisp bars, which they arranged it. The kids loved it. It's just those little things that are so special to the youth, and we absolutely love them.
Absolutely. It is a wonderful project. Thank you for doing this, Emily, and thank you for your part in this, Kayla, and all the folks that, at Novelis. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for your time.